Michael Lance here. I wanted to make a quick video to give you some idea if the food supplements you're buying are effective or if they're bogus. I help people look and feel great, live with abundant energy, and create a life that they love. There is no way on the face of this earth, unless you supplement or unless you're extremely wealthy, that you can get all of the herbs, minerals, botanicals, and vitamins in your body. The best source is from the natural, actual food, whether it be fish, plants, meat, because some of these needed supplements are only in trace forms. Some of them perhaps are only in the waters and fish in northern Norway. Well, you and I aren't going to go to Norway and harvest fish, and the chances of some vendor flying that fish over to the United States seed is slim because it just costs too much. So we have to supplement to get all that. And yet, not all supplements are created equal because the Food and Drug Administration doesn't regulate these supplements because it's not a drug. The LA Times has done some investigative reporting. There was one such study to where they took 20 supplements right off the shelf of a health food store, took it to an independent third-party lab and tested. Only 20% had what they said they had. There was one case on the bottle that was acai berry. There wasn't even any of that in there. So it's like caveat emptor, let the buyer beware, and there are some things that you can do to make sure that the supplement you're buying is effective. Because your goal, if you really think about it, is to get that supplement in the purest form that you can possibly get it in, as close to natural as you can. Not all food formulators care about that, because they're only paid by the marketing people of these big food companies. Say, hey, can you formulate us something? And we don't care how good it is. We're gonna just make the bottle look really fancy so our people buy it. Let me give you two examples of food formulators. Whey protein. 98% of the whey protein is produced this way. Number one, the dairy cows are eating government subsidized corn. A cow's native diet is grass. When a cow eats corn, they get sick. On-staff veterinarians then have to shoot them with antibiotics and steroids. And if that wasn't bad enough, that milk, as it's then has to be pasteurized. It's high heat pasteurized. What that does is it kills the digestive enzymes. So when you put that whey protein in your body, it's like a throwaway whey protein. It's not going to go where it needs to go, and those amino acids aren't going to absorb because you've killed the 7 digestive enzymes. On the flip side, there are food formulators that want to keep the food as close to natural as possible. Thus, 2% of the world's whey protein is produced this way. The cows eat grass only, and the grass doesn't have any pesticides, herbicides, larvicides, or fungicides on it. The cows only are milked when they're lactating after they calve. The other 6 months out of the year, they're in the pasture grazing. They're not shot with antibiotics and steroids. Cows under this form, instead of the other way where they're milked 12 months out of the year and they're artificially inseminated, those cows are bigger. Why? The growth hormone they put in them. The steroids, to keep them healthy enough to keep this up. The 2% whey protein I'm referring to, those cows are happy cows, and they're about a third smaller than the regular cows. Number two, the milk then doesn't have all the antibiotics and steroids under the old method. That 98% method, when you ingest that whey protein, guess what you get in you? The antibiotics and steroids, 80% of the world's antibiotics are put in dairy. You put that in your body and it kills your good gut bacteria. Under the 2% method, no antibiotics or steroids. So nothing passes through for you. And then it's cold filtered to filter out what it needs to, keeping the digestive enzymes alive. So when you blend up that whey protein, it's like live, just like it came out of the cow. This is what I was talking about. You want to keep the product in a supplement form as close to natural as you can. Here's another example of honest, ethical food formulation. A lot of supplements have minerals in them. We need minerals. But how do they get those minerals? Are they from natural sources? Are they absorbable in the body? The food formulator that I got turned on to, that formulates exclusively for our company, he wanted to create and get the best mineral as possible. In fact, he was known as the mineral man, food formulation world. 2,500 US patents, worth over $100 million, and he didn't care about the money. He just wanted to create natural, as close to natural formulations. So he went out and bought a ton of that red dirt land in southern Utah to harvest alfalfa. Why alfalfa? Number one, he didn't want the land to have ever been farmed before. He didn't want any residue from pesticides, herbicides, fungicides on. Alfalfa roots grow deep. If I had a 16-foot long board here, I'm 6 foot tall, another 10 feet above me, that's how long those roots go down into the ground. Alfalfa, when those roots are down deep, emits its liquid that soaks the dirt around that root to bring in that mineral. That mineral goes up in the green leafy part. Then when it's harvested, when they chop that alfalfa ready to harvest, within 1 hour of cutting it, it's frozen. And then it's shipped to our facility to extract the mineral out of that. Our minerals are as pure as possible. And this is what I'm talking about. Understand the methodology of the companies that you're buying for. This is so paramount for you to get what you're paying for and let it be effective in your body. According to a study done by the Food and Drug Administration, 44% of the multivitamins tested had problems. That's almost 1/2. You get a multivitamin, it doesn't even say, it doesn't even have what they say it has. I know of a brand, which I won't mention here, that there was a YouTube on done by a chiropractor where he followed this, they put this vitamin in. It's a famous one, you've heard of it. And they tracked it through this x-ray system of that vitamin going down the stomach and then going through the intestines all the way out to the rear. And only 5% of that tablet made it in the body. 95% was expelled. I had a gentleman at one of my seminars and I explained this fact, and he raised his hand and I said, I called on him and he says, Mike, let me tell you, he worked at a wastewater treatment plant in this town that he used to live in. And they had a requirement to pull all the pills out of the wastewater before it went downstream and it was reclaimed. He said they had a pile this high of pills of that brand of vitamin. And so you get that in you and you're paying $8, $10, $12. and only 5% is making it in your body. This is what I'm talking about, getting it as close to natural as possible. The first thing I want you to realize is the supplement you need effective for your body? You've probably gone to do some little research and you maybe had an ailment, something in your stomach, an infection, whatever, and you read, oh, this is a great supplement for that, and you just went out and bought it. Kinesiology or applied kinesiologists, that science can give you some indication if that supplement is effective for you. The applied kinesiologist I go to, when I first hired him, I brought all of my supplements in. I think like 20 of them that I was using, many from the company I'm a distributor for. And to his amazement, all but 2 of them I tested strong on where he had me hold. He said normally it's just the opposite, Mike. People bring in all their supplements and 18 out of 20 test weak, meaning the body doesn't need it. Go to your chiropractor or a kinesiologist, somebody that practices nature medicine. Just bring your supplements in. In a quick period of time through muscle testing, you can tell. Because of what my doc told me, you think about 18 of 20 is just wasted. So don't do that. Save your money, spend the money to get this testing done, then know exactly if it's what you need. There was a law passed, the Dietary Supplement Health and Education Act. And in that act, talked about what needs to be published on sites and the claims that people make. So make sure if you're looking at a website of this company that you want to buy this supplement from, that they have the DSHEA disclaimer on there. Let me go through how you'll know if you're getting what you're paying for. First of all, the distributor or the manufacturer self-tested with a third-party vendor. Companies take a huge risk doing that. I know in our particular company, we've had several peer-reviewed science. One of them was an extended test, that's we're getting down here, over a 12-month period. Now, it showed that our product was effective. So ask your manufacturer, ask the drug or the supplement health food store. Most of them don't even know. They just put it on the shelves. Most people are clueless, so you have to go to their websites and find out if they've had third-party testing done. Number 2, evidence. Does it work? Is there, especially in peer-reviewed, but is there other evidence? Is there testimonials credible? Is there before and after pictures? You want something that says that that's going to do what it says it's going to do. So that's results-based. And then is it time-tested? Are they getting results over time? As I mentioned in our company, we hired Skidmore College in upstate New York to do a 12-week study, and then they took those participants and put them in a 1-year study after that. This is how you tell if the supplements that you're getting are good or not. In the blog post, I've got some links of places that you can go. Type in your vendor's name and see what's there. See if there has been some testing done already and if it's published. And then you'll just know. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button. Go to my blog and subscribe there too. And while you're there, click to get access to a video on my superfood system that all of this has been done. Very effective. It's a short video and you'll love what you see there. You guys take care. Have a great day.